Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to your June 2019 love reading. It's Rena here. Are you involved with a Sagittarian? Okay, or a Leo. Leo in the past, Sagittarian now. So, isn't that interesting? If I could only get it. Oh, I dropped some other cards. The heart of the matter, the Tower. Now, I want to say something about this position, heart of the matter. It doesn't have to be something that's going to happen. This could be something that you are currently trying to deal with. In other words, you may be somebody who has experienced some kind of shock in a current relationship, and you're currently deciding what to do about that. Like, my partner cheated, so should I stay? Should I leave? What should I do? So don't worry if you're like, oh my God, in June something bad's going to happen. I have said this before, that my feeling about the Tower is that it's a powder keg. So, in other words, it's something that is underneath the surface, building pressure, and it's only a matter of time before it explodes. And both people know it. Unspoken resentments. Lack of compatibility, but staying together, maybe because of children, whatever. And then somebody can't take it anymore. They're just so unhappy and they just don't want to be around that other person. And so whatever it is that, sparks the explosion doesn't really matter. The point is that it was meant to be. It was clearing the air, and it's a good thing. The more you can see life, Virgo, as always working on your behalf, the better. It's when we categorize things as bad or good that we run into trouble. I mean, I really believe that. And then, but here's the beauty part about it is, on your end, then you can kind of like chill, because you know that there is nothing really truly that life can do to you. It seems like the most precarious position is to be in a state of needing control over the outcome of anything. But as long as you're chill and you're just living life and you're accepting life on its own terms, and you may not, want everything that comes your way, so you may kind of go away from certain things, but you don't make a big federal case over everything. You just go, oh no, I don't like that. Okay, I'm going to go in this direction. So I've been seeing this person. I don't like some of their behaviors. Okay, but you're not creating drama around everything. If you decide to go into a different direction, you go into a different direction, and that's it. But the Tower card can be a release. And it can clear the air, and it can free you. And so that's a good thing. In the past position, we have the Six of Wands. Perhaps you were coming from a situation where everything was going your way, you were experiencing success in a relationship, or an alternative interpretation is somebody who is successful in their career is envied by the other person, and sometimes another person will do something like cheat in order to put that person in their place. And they do that to try to chip away at the confidence of the person. The Six of Wands is a confident card. And hey, I have the moon in Virgo. Virgo isn't the most confident sign. And you know what? That's okay, because sometimes people are so confident they're annoying because they're like cocky, right? So I think sometimes it can be kind of charming to have a little bit of insecurity, because it means that you, even if it means you're not so sure about yourself, you usually will not come across as obnoxious. Okay, so it was coming from a positive background. Also, the Six of Wands, I believe, connects to Leo. So that might be the person in question, perhaps. And the higher message is the Page of Cups. See the fish? This is associated with Pisces, but if we look at the traits behind that sign, it could be saying, you were naive about what was really happening, and you looked the other way. You were not really being honest with yourself about what was really happening. And so you can't pretend that the Tower is some big, shocking new development, because you should have known better. You should have known that this was bound to happen. And, the way I feel about it is that's okay, because it's a learning experience. Maybe you wanted to believe that this person was as great as they presented themselves as. That's not really a crime. The only person you really hurt was yourself. And you believed in them. They just didn't believe in themselves enough to be honorable. And but it could point to a pattern that needs to be addressed and eradicated, where you might do this, you may have done this before. And I think sometimes when another person, and this is true of narcissistic personality types, and so maybe, I don't know if it's always going to be a full-blown narcissist, but somebody who, to me, is kind of like a con artist. They tend to present themselves in this perfect light. And that's, something not to fall for, because that's putting on an act anyway. You want somebody who is authentic, who is full of integrity, who doesn't try to pretend to be something that they're not. What crosses you is the Ace of Wands. You may be single, but you're having a hard time, getting started. This is a very independent energy. So with a new life, with a new sense of direction, but and even just like an enthusiasm for beginning life all over again. For some reason, you may be lacking that enthusiasm. Perhaps you feel like you're still pining away for another person, and you haven't really you haven't really dealt with it fully. And that can certainly keep somebody from beginning a new path. Be gentle with yourself. Don't try to push things. Keep asking yourself the important questions. Don't fall prey to the temptation to see yourself as a victim, because that could certainly arise, and you may feel like, why me? Why did this happen? And the truth is that it's something that happened because you are, I think a lot of Virgo people are very caring individuals. You may not be expressive about that caring in gushy ways, but you do so in your own quiet ways. And I emphasize the word quiet because it's easy to be flashy and to buy somebody, an expensive item, or to take out an ad in the newspaper, stating that you love somebody. But it's a little bit harder to convey it through, small gestures that are thoughtful and that show that you're thinking of someone. And so don't, retain that sense of being a caring person. Just be more discerning. What's coming in is represented by the Page of Pentacles, and this is a card of maybe receiving a message. Could be connecting with a fellow earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or starting a new relationship with one. This is going to be a much more, I think, stable relationship if it's with a literal earth sign or somebody who has a strong earth signature in their chart. If you were with a fire sign, maybe it was kind of a stormy relationship where there was a sense of too much drama, and that's not really your scene anyway, so that wouldn't have really been appealing to you. The outcome is the Temperance card. This card is associated with Sagittarius. Maybe it will be the Sagittarius full moon, which is significant for a development of a relationship. The Temperance card is also about balance, 1 foot in water, 1 foot on land, balancing the material with the spiritual. But you could say, rather than saying spiritual, you could say the emotional. So having good feelings towards somebody, but by the same token, that relationship is also grounded. It's not just, being in la la land where you're just like going gaga for somebody. However, the relationship isn't necessarily that stable because it's kind of like just in the emotions. So this can be where there's that sense of groundedness, and that can feel very safe, and calm too. Temperance, is kind of like on an even keel. Okay, so I'm going to pick a card from the Universe Has Your Back deck. I think I didn't tell you that at the beginning because I've been forgetting to actually pick this card, and I'm wondering when people are going to catch up with me and tell me that. So far nobody has. I just cut the cards, but it's hard to lift it up actually. So let me see here. Unless this is the card. I guess it is. Oh, you're not going to believe this one. I wonder if this is one of the cards in the deck, but I actually got this one. Literally, the universe has my back. Going back to that Tower card. Can you believe that something that seems like the end of the world or calamity is actually the best thing that ever happened to you lately? It's a challenge because your world may be turned upside down and you may be thinking, why me? Why did this happen? And the answer is because there was possibly something that you did or didn't do that contributed to the demise of the relationship. And it could be as simple as believing somebody's lies, looking at the Page of Cups. That could be as simple as what it is not demanding the truth from somebody. But to be honest with you, I don't blame people for not demanding the truth, because when you demand the truth, it means that you are being lied to already. So in a sense, you could say, what's the point? If I'm being lied to, that sucks. So my relationship sucks because I'm being lied to. And that may be enough to convince you that you need to move on. In some cases, people lie, and it's not because they don't care for you, it's because they're trying to protect themselves. And they may, you may be able to salvage a relationship like that. But if you just turn the other way on a constant basis, then it is going to be difficult to have a relationship that is really an honest one, where you, and also a trusting one, where you trust what they say, you believe them, and that you feel that they care for you. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.